Welcome, welcome everybody. This is our weekly mini breakthrough live again. And I try to bring topics that are really frequently popping up when I'm talking to people and topics that you guys sent me that seems to be the challenge, seems to be the things, they can just call them the things that hold people back, from achieving their full potential and to be able to get to their goals, whether it's health goal, whether it's like fully rock their sacred business, whatever it is. But those are the little obstacles, the little gremlins, as we talked about the procrastination last time, and time. So today's topic is about time. So how to make the time for success. Success could be any kind of goal that you have with yourself. And I have a question for you. How many times you have told yourself, saying it out loud, or just told yourself quietly, or thinking, so count your thoughts in as well, that, oh, I don't have time for that. Or can come out in different forms like, oh, I can't commit to this or that, whatever it is. If it's a program, if it's self-care, if it's yoga routine, if it's meditation, something. You already have a pushback saying that, knowing kind of, because you probably tried different things, but you didn't or couldn't maintain it for a reason. So how many times you have this thought, like, yeah, we probably can't even count it, right? Like, and I'm not any different either. That if maybe it's even daily, but at least I would say we have those thoughts and even words, put it in words, at least twice a week. So it's a lot. We probably literally can't even count how many times we feel and think and say this, that, oh, we don't have the time, or we can't commit to that. So we live in a world where we're constantly racing with this time thing. And it feels like it's a competition. And it feels like probably everybody listening now has this idea, this feeling that, oh, I'll never able to get to the end of my list. And I wish, like, how many of you are asked kind of mean as well, have this wish, oh, I wish there were like just more hours in the days, right? Because you never seem to be able to finish or get accomplished whatever it is that you would like to squeeze into the day. So we are, and then my big question is, how much is real and how much is just our relationship with this whole time reality, I don't fully think it's totally the reality. But so the fact is, yes, we do live in a society that doesn't make that easy for us. So we have a constant pressure on our shoulders every single day, every single task, from getting your children ready to be able to get to the school in time, to deadlines from work and pressure from your bosses or coworkers, or just get done with things and get there to do things, to get things done in time, right? So, and that is a huge pressure for everybody. So things started really speeding up. And so that is a fact. And I know this from pretty well, pretty close. I know how living a single mom lifestyle, managing everything, getting to the school without any help, being away 10,000 miles from my family, and like anybody who could be there. And, back in past, that was a very different setting when generations lived together, and some, other countries that they still do that. So the support is there. So it feels like, and it seems like, and yes, that is true, there are some ways of living where the society doesn't pressure it as much. So you can have more time, feel like at least you can have more time for yourself. But on the other hand, there is that our relationship with this whole time that creates like this time thing and this competition, this race, and that we don't have the time for certain things. And the question is, when we have this idea and this pattern already in our brain as well, that like, oh, I don't know if I have the time or can commit to certain things. I have another question now for you. If you have somebody around you, a loved one, your kids, your spouse, anybody who you love, your friends, and they would be in need, or at least could use some of your support or for your help, and put it on the scale, there's you who would need some help or could use some supports. Which one you jump on first? When there are others and they would need or would do well with your support, or when you need to support yourself, right? Most of us have this answer. Well, of course, how heavy our need is, like if it's an illness or something, that's a little different topic, but most of us would definitely choose helping and serving others. And so that's already a core answer. What's behind this whole I don't have time for things? So I invite you to dive a little bit deeper in there. What is really behind it? Because when we would choose to serve others, and when we do that, you find a time for doing that, right? Yeah. So when there is a need, at least especially for serving others, all of a sudden, we can somehow create a time to be there and be present and serve others. But why we constantly choose to serve everybody else around but ourselves? So what are the underlying thought patterns, beliefs, fears that creates that? And that's a big reason why we constantly say that we don't have time for this and that, when we know that it would serve us and our health and our everything would like be just very uplifting and fulfilling, or up to like charging you up, but we still choose to serve everybody else but ourselves. So let's dive in a little bit. Most of us have this underlying belief that if we serve others and if we love others, if we be there and just help everybody else, then we are going to be loved more, because that's the good thing that we need to do. So if we do that good, then you look good. So is it coming from a very deep core place of unworthiness? That's one of my questions for you. Is it coming from a place when you don't feel loved fully enough? So we serve everybody else to look like, yes, I'm a good person, so I really help everybody. And that's why we feel, including myself, I'm not any different. We all have these patterns that, okay, now I'm serving everybody else, so now I deserve to be loved, or more love, or acceptance. And where do these come from? Are they coming from a lack of self-love or self-acceptance, or a thought pattern, the belief that, am I worthy enough to be loved? Do I deserve? Did I do anything good or today or every day that I deserve to be loved? Right? So it's coming for most of us, it can come from a deep place of unworthiness. And also question about the judgments. Am I going to be judged if I take care of myself? Our people are going to think that this person is selfish because she's taking care of herself rather than serving anybody else, which is never true, right? Depends on what level you work it. But we have this fear. If we are going to take care of ourselves and meet our needs, then we are selfish. So we have to serve everybody. But what is it going to come down to? Can you expect anybody to love you if you don't love you? Can you expect anybody? And you can just think about your spouse or your husband or partner to meet your needs. And we have these secret expectations, right? For them to read our minds so they will know what we need without even sharing. But can we expect them to meet our needs when we don't even know, most of us, how to take care of ourselves, what our needs? And we tend to not even listen to that. We sometimes don't even listen to when our bodies are screaming because there are already things manifesting on a physical level when we keep putting ourselves to the side and just off of the list all the time. But I have good news though. It is actually the other way around. And in Hungarian, we would say we're sitting on the horse backwards. So, and we touched on that a little bit about the procrastination because it comes down to the procrastination as well when you put your needs to the side. But the more you find a way to love yourself, to take care of yourself, to meet your needs and serve those needs, the more you are able to give back to the world. And then the more people are going to be drawn to you as well, because you're going to be just shining out confidence as well. And same true for our kids as well. They never asked us to sacrifice our life and our happiness and our needs for them, right? But we feel a thing that, okay, I'm just gonna do everything for my kids, and that's how I'm gonna be a good parent. But no, once you serve yourself the best way, that's when your energies are going to be aligned, and that's when you're going to feel very fulfilled. How much, another question, how much you're able to give back to your kids, to your loved ones, to your clients, even when your needs are met. So when you choose you and you choose that you commit to certain things, that's when you are going to be able to turn things around and give back to the world, to your loved ones, to your kids, to your clients, and serve them the highest level possible. So that's why I'm saying that it's actually the other way around. And so yeah, it is not selfish to take care of you, because the more you take care of you and your needs, the more you're going to be given back to the world. And there are some tricks and tips that we can maintain that. So first, that's the first step, recognizing the patterns, what's behind it. What's behind the I don't have time, or I'm afraid that I can't commit things. What are the fears? Your own self-rejection. What is behind that? What is causing this pattern? And how much is the reality? And realizing if something is really important, then for sure you'll find a way to create that time. So, and one of the great ways, that first step, so yes, recognizing the awareness of it, like, oh, okay, I'm saying this, I keep saying this to myself on the conscious level as well already, that I don't have time for this and that, or I don't know when to manage this and that. And I wish that there were like more hours in the day, things like that. So recognize that, find the patterns behind, and then shift your mind and mindset around that. Knowing that when you choose you, and when you commit to yourself, and when you invest in yourself with time, with money, whatever self-care routine or healthcare routine or business care routine, whatever it would be that would serve in a way your needs, that's when you can give back more and really make an impact and be the living example, and everybody is going to just turn to you and follow you. So that's how you deserve also that type of love, when you create that self-love. So, and how you can manage and maintain that when you have a gazillion different things to do a day, which we all do. We all live in this busy craziness, and it is there's a reality, but how much we create, like co-create this reality with our heads as well. So that's kind of what I'm trying to come down to. And when you do your schedule, and you can start with a blank sheet, even right now, a sheet of paper, and start writing it out, your schedule. The way you do that to make sure that you're not putting yourself and your needs to the side is to make a list of what are the things that are really important to you, that charges you up, that, you know, something that is really uplifting for you, that is really maintaining your mental health, your physical health, even your weight, whatever it is that's important for you, and your energy level, all those. And it could be a yoga routine, it could be meditation, it could be a walk, it could be singing, dancing, whatever it is for you, going a walk on the beach or in the forest, whatever it's that. Make a list, and pick up the critical ones that are very important for your self-care and your well-being, and put it in the schedule first thing. Make that non-negotiable. And it doesn't mean that it has to be hours of the day. Even just doing yoga, I did share that part, I think, last time, talking about the procrastination. When we have these, like the bar is too high, like, okay, I really need to do an hour of exercise a day or whatever it is. And it could be a whole program. It doesn't have to be a daily schedule, but something that you commit to that really serves you. Make that, carve that time out of your schedule, block it off as tiny even as you can. Like, it's, even if it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, it might be literally just a 5-minute break during the day when you dance around, when you sing, or you just turn on your favorite music, or you just breathe. Sometimes you don't need anything else, just to breathe, like really tune in. And like a lot of times we race our days through in a way that we don't even realize that we forget to breathe, right? So make that, put that in your schedule first, block that time off, block off, if it seems too much, just block off 5 minutes, block off 10 minutes. Maybe you can block off 20 minutes in the evening or in the morning, depends on your routine or your type, and make that non-negotiable, and then put in the others. And what helps is not just building up your day ahead, but scheduling your week, scheduling your month. Even some people even schedule the whole year out ahead. So they schedule their trips there. Okay, this is going to be the 2 weeks or a month and a year when I'm totally off of everything. I'm just going to go and like whatever, travel, like do whatever it feels good. So choosing yourself so you can give back more to the world and to your loved ones. You can be so much more present to them and to your own needs and to your own dreams as well when you feed that back. So try that, make that non-negotiable, and choose you so you can give something back to the world. Blessings.